Welcome back to Big Interview. Now I'm going to walk you through how to do a practice interview. First, you'll come up here to Practice and choose Practice Interviews. There are 3 other categories, including Interview Roulette, Answer Builder, and the Question Library. And you can read more about each of those in our knowledge base, but they're pretty straightforward. So if we go here to Practice Interviews, you'll see all the different categories of interviews you can choose from. General interviews are organized primarily by experience level, but we also have industry-based interviews, public sector interviews, admissions interviews, and so on. Let's start with the general category. Here, you'll see all the different interviewers you can choose from, starting with the top 10 questions, then entry level, mid-level, and so on. You'll also notice that the questions will increase in difficulty, starting with the easier questions first under level 1 and progressively getting tougher under level 3. And this includes both the attitude of the interviewers and the difficulty of the questions being asked. So let's look at an example. Let's choose Pam under level 3 in top 10 questions. When you start the interview, you may see a pop-up, and I'm given the option of continuing or starting over. So let's start fresh. Now, this is where all the practicing actually happens. On the left, you have your interviewer, and on the right is the person doing the practicing. This is where the user can see themselves on their webcam during the practice session. We see the question written out, and we also see the play and record buttons. There's also a tip section you can click on that will offer more advice on how to answer. On the left, there's also a playlist of upcoming questions that are part of this set. Okay, now it's time to actually record and answer. We click play and hear the interviewer ask the first question. When I'm ready to record my answer, I click the record button and the screen will count down. 3, 2, 1, and we're recording. Here's where you'll tell the interviewer about why you're the perfect candidate for the job, using all the useful skills you've learned with Big Interview. When you're finished, click Stop Recording. Now you can play back your answer to see the video, re-record if you want to do it over, or save the video if it's a keeper. Now that the answer has been saved, it lives in your own personal video library, which you'll find under My Videos, and we'll explore that in more detail in just a moment. Okay, so let's say I'm happy with my answer to this question and I'm ready to move on. I'll click Next Question, and I'm ready to progress through the rest of the interview. Now, the great part is that you can re-record your answers as many times as you'd like. You can breeze right through questions you find easy, but you can also stop and slow down and take the time to really practice different variations of answers to the questions that are tougher for you. So now let's look at some industry-specific sets. If we go back and choose by industry, we'll see all the different industries and occupations. Everything from accounting all the way through technology, and everything in between. So let's choose healthcare. Here we'll see all the different roles we can select. Let's choose nursing. Here you'll find different nursing interview sets from basic questions through teamwork and people skills. If we choose nursing basic, here I'm taken to the exact same interface we saw earlier. The setup is the same, so how you do your practicing remains consistent throughout the whole site. Now if you remember, we saved the video recording earlier. Well, where did it go? It went to your personal video library under My Videos. And this is where all your saved answers live. Your most recently saved will be at the top in reverse chronological order. Now here's where it gets cool. You'll notice you have a self-rating and an external rating. If you click on your answer, you'll see a screen come up with your recording. And here you can rate yourself on 10 different verbal and nonverbal cues. After you've rated yourself, you can hit save and the system will tally up your score. In addition to the self-rating, you can also get feedback from a friend, trusted advisor, teacher, parent, or whatever the case may be. Simply select the videos you'd like to share and click Share Selected. Now you'll be able to email or share a link to the videos in order to get feedback on your answers. So that's a quick tour of how the mock interview practice tool works. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to our support team, and happy practicing.